everyone, happy Monday. We have another planner page to do. Now we have the crabs here which are from Lost Ocean, and I have done a tutorial before where I showed you how I coloured the crabs because someone asked me how to do it. So I thought I need to do something a little bit different today. So I've grabbed my Prismacolors because I know that my last video wasn't done with Prismas. I'm not sure what it was done with, but I know it wasn't Prismas. So I thought I would, if I do Prismas, then it'll be different. So here is one of our crabs. Now I'm only going to show you one. I've picked this one because there's no doodling on him. The others have got some have got lots of detail on, some haven't. I thought it would be a lot easier to see what I was doing if it was a plainer design, and I'm going to do the same thing on all of them. So I'm going to start with the terracotta pencil, and I'm going to do the sort of darker areas. Now what I figured I wanted to do with this crab was not do what I would normally do, which was make it darker here where it's near the body or here, but actually do a darker bit at the bottom of the whole leg. I'm gonna, this is my darkest colour, and then fade this a bit. And then do it all the way along. Now, need quite sharp pencils for our small crabs, and of course Prismas aren't the best at keeping their point. So you could use the very thins or a different brand of pencil altogether. But I just wanted to have a go and see how I get on, really. It takes a bit of concentration with the Prismas. I'm putting quite a thick layer on because I know with Prismas are very different to polys. You can just sort of plaster them down, really, which isn't necessarily the best technique. But what I'm doing is I'm making it thick here and thinner because I'm thinking maybe I don't want to put a second layer on, so I might be able to just get away with one. So that was my thinking. I'm going to go do the same on the other side. Now often for this page people do quite, I've seen a background which I think must be a tutorial because a lot of people do the same thing, but not always identically, where they split the page in half with a wiggly line. And they do half of it is sea and half of it is sand, which looks very pretty, I have to say. But I am not going to do that. I thought I would do just sand. Now I've done a sandy background before in a page in Lost Ocean. It wouldn't have been on a video though. And I found it a lot of fun, but I haven't done one since. So I thought I could do one again. But what I will have to do is be a bit careful because these can smudge a little bit. So I have to think carefully. I can't just whack a pastel background all over the top, as tempted as I am. So I'm going to fade that up, yeah, so it's a darker at the bottom. I can make it fairly thickish layer at the bottom because it's a much bigger area. I'm sort of ignoring these details because they differ a little bit on the different crabs. I'm just trying to get my general shape really today. These are a little bit thicker, so you can put a little bit of a darker line. It probably would be dark underneath, not on top, but I'm just following a line. I just think it's a bit easier. And we'll try a slightly lighter colour in a minute. I sort of picked and sharpened my colours already, which is really rare for me, but because they're Prismas they need sharpening, so I thought I'd better be prepared. Now the eyes I'm going to do like this, but they might actually be better in black, but because our colour is fading up here they'll show up. So there's our first colour. My second choice of colour is the henna. Okay, and I'm going to just slightly overlap and take that up further like that. Now these bits are very narrow, so there's probably only room for the two colours. I've actually got 4 colours, but I'm not sure we're going to have room for 4 colours. on all parts of our crab. So I hope you can see what I'm doing. It's really very straightforward. I've seen other people colour like this, I think. I've seen other people colour quite thickly in Prisma, and I just fancied having a go. It's really different to what I normally do, as I keep saying, but I wanted to do something different as I've done this page before. So we'll see. The sand, I can't decide. I think either will work, whether to grab a sand coloured pencil, because in Prismacolors there's a sand, but you can use any sort of colour that's nearer, or whether to go with a soft pastel. I think it might be a little easier to do the pencil because we've got a lot of little gaps like here, so I'll probably end up doing a pencil, but quite a quick. Now the thing with sand is it's uneven, messy, dirty, so it doesn't need to be very precise and neat, which is good. I'm trying not to press mega hard. I don't want to snap the tips of the pencils. There we go. My next colour choice, whoops, is the Clay Rose. I'm going to try and get a layer of this and leave a little gap for our last colour on the legs if I can. It's actually quite a different colour, isn't it? It will do. I thought it was going to just be a lighter version of what we used. It's not really. Be alright. I can hear a tapping noise. Like dripping. No, I'm just looking at the ceiling. There's nothing going on up there. Paranoia strikes. Now my shower is leaking a bit, but it's not leaking through the shower tray, it's leaking into the shower tray, so it should be fine. I've got a plumber coming hopefully next week. I've got the parts now, I have to order the parts. Well, actually I ordered the parts for my other shower that isn't working. It's good in our house. All these things, but they don't work. Yeah, it's just delaying it because of having the kitchen work done, but the kitchen work still isn't done. I just couldn't wait any longer. So, and then my final colour is the beige sienna, and we're going to do go right up to the edge here. There's a lot of crumbs, I know. I'll give it a sweep in a minute. Now I wanted to put some white pen on my crab, which I'm going to do, but I was a little bit worried about the pencil bleeding into the white pen, which I have found happening with Prismacolor. So on my, I swatched the pencils quite recently. Did I even do that one? I think I did, yeah. And so on my swatches, I took a white pen and I put a little dab on each swatch to see whether it was going to bleed through. And the only the only two colours which didn't remain white were the Dahlia Purple and the Purple. So I know that if I put white on this, it will not disappear on me. So that was good. So that I did that quick. I thought quite a few of them did, but it's only those two. I know the Black Widows are quite bad for it. Right, so there is my crab. Where's my brush? Here we go. So we'll brush him off. I'll grab our white. And now the highlights. If I do them up here, you will barely see them because there's hardly any colour. I need to do them on the dark areas. So at the bottom. So I'm going to try and make him, I'm just going to scribble, try and make him look like he's got a shiny shell. This pen doesn't want to write. I had trouble with this one the other day. I think it's running out. Let's do the Posca instead. That's better. Sometimes the ends get a little bit clogged with pencil, sort of all the wax or whatever, but I think that one is just run out. Now, normally I wouldn't do any white until I'd finished the whole picture, because I like to leave it to dry and not risk it smudging. But I just wanted to show you him with his white marks. Now, I am going to go away and finish all the crabs in exactly the same way. I'm going to colour them all the same. Then I'm going to come back to you and we'll talk about the sand. Okay, what I may do, actually what I will do, is once I've finished all the crabs, I will grab the sand pencil. I'm just trying to find it. That's beige, is it that one? No, I can't find it. Anyway, I will find the sand. I'm sure there is one called sand. Maybe I imagined it. I'm most likely to use the ginger root or the beige, to be honest, if I can't find... Oh, is it there? No, that's a French grey. I am confused. But anyway, I'm going to use one to go all the way over. Maybe it's in the yellows. No. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to do one base coat and ready. And then I will show you how I make my sort of sandy background. But for now, I'm going to go and colour crabs and get myself all confused and wonder where my sand pencil's gone. Anyway. But I shall be back. Right, I have now completed all of the crabs, as you can see, using exactly the same method, same 4 pencils as I showed you. You don't have to do them all identically. You could change the shades about a little bit, or you could do completely different colours, but for me it was just easier to do them all the same. I'm not very imaginative, I guess. So that was that. And then I also found my sand pencil, so I did the background. Now it isn't particularly even. I haven't worked hard trying to make it even. I've just gone across it and put a little base colour down because we're going to be adding something else to it. So here I have these pens. These are the Arteza water-based fineliner pens. These are my husband's. I've just pinched them because I'm trying to find somewhere to put this now. My fineliners, I only have 12. There are 120 here, so plenty of colours to choose from. So what I want to do is to grab some pens and make our sand look a little bit more like sand rather than just a sort of straight background. You could leave it as it is if you want to, but I'm grabbing this pen. This is A156. They all have these sort of numbers on, and what I'm going to do is dot it about on the page like this, in between the legs, oops, all around the place. Oops, trying to make it dots, not lines. I'm being a bit fast and messy. Doesn't matter that much though, to be honest. Trying to make it look a bit more like it's got some texture in it, because it is sand after all. It's not just a sort of flat rock, which again, rocks aren't really flat. But anyway, so just dotting everywhere. So lots of fun, really. I feel like I'm at nursery school. Dot, dot, dot. I'm sure the pointillist artists don't feel like they're at nursery school, but I'm not really. This isn't really pointillism. This is just dot. Join the dots, dot to dot. I don't know. Anyway, it's a way that you can create a more sandy look, but you can make them a bit closer together if you want to. But what I'm going to do is grab some other colours, so we won't all. Not all the dots will be the same colour, and so I need to leave some space for those when they come. When I'm done with this bit, you can see it doesn't really take that long. And if you accidentally dot on the crab, it's not the end of the world. He may have got a bit of sand on him anyway. It's very odd to think that he might be crawling across the sandy beach and not have any sand on his body. That would be a bit strange. So there you go. I've given you an artistic excuse for dotting on your crab. Oh, so I hope everyone's doing well. Monday morning, well, it might not be morning when you're watching this. It can sometimes be a day that's a bit stressful, but I try hard not to live my life looking forward to the weekends. Do you know what I mean? I think if you're not looking forward to what's going on in the week, something's not quite going right. And I know not all of us have a choice about what work we do and things like that, but I'm very, very lucky. But I do look forward to the weekends for the reason that everyone's home, and that's really nice. And yeah, I can't do anything about that really. I can't change that. I can't be with them all. They're all in different places at different times. So I do enjoy that. But actually it's the weekend now while I'm recording this and they're home. I'm not with them. But my husband's actually out. He's at his counselling session, and the boys are headphoned in to their computers, and I just wanted to get this little video done because next week I may have workmen in. Right, another colour. This is really pretty, but I don't know how much it's going to stand out. It looks really gold. This is A121. I'm only giving you the numbers in case you are... oh, I can't get the lid off. Oh, I find them really tricky. In case you do have the pens and you want to follow along. That's quite faint. I don't think you're going to see it, but I'm going to persevere and put it on because I think it will make a difference. But it is, oh, I don't know, I can see it on some areas. It depends how dark I've coloured my sand, because my sand is darker and lighter in different bits. But yeah, I was thinking I ought to go, I had a conversation with my husband this morning saying he needs to get some new work clothes. He was like, well, where am I going to get them from? And I was like, well, shops. We never go out at the weekends. Well, we could. It's not fair on the children. I'm like, well, we don't have to take them with us. They hate shopping. I did suggest maybe take a day off, but I think he wants to carry his spare holiday over to next year, because he's allowed to carry over, I think, 5 days. He might do that because next year the children have their exams. He might need to possibly drive them back from college after her exam ends, if it ends after the last bus, which occasionally that happens. My son's still having his dental treatment, so he needs lifts to the hospital for that. It's coming to an end soon though. Oh, that reminds me, I need to phone the dentist. It's really exciting, isn't it? He he needs a tooth taken out, a good tooth, you know, it's just in the way. So I need to organise that with the dentist. I remember having teeth out myself at that age, good teeth, but it is what it is. Now I'm going to do a light brownish colour, I think this one, A178. Now how many dots you do and you know how many different colours you do is very much up to you. You know, have a look at it with your eye, think about what you think looks good and works well. I am actually going to make this my last colour, so I'm actually working a little bit harder on this one to sort of fill in all the gaps so that the distribution of dots looks right to me, to my eye. But we're all different in what we like, so you might think, no, that's too close, it's too many, or it's not enough, or whatever, or I want some orange, I want some more different colours, you know. I try not to make the colours too far away from each other. I'm not going to put in a black or anything really dark, but you certainly can, because sand is in all sorts of colours. I mean, in Tenerife, the sand's black, isn't it? So it's a volcanic ash, I think, isn't it? Or volcanic sand, I don't know. My son would know. He does geology. That was where their field trip was, but I didn't let him go. He was a bit upset, but it was tricky because we couldn't get insurance in case it was cancelled. And so at the time when we had to book, loads of holidays were being cancelled because of and if he was ill, we couldn't get our money back. So I was like, oh, he's rarely ill, but you just don't know. And so I didn't. And he got over it quick enough. He understood my reasoning. But It was really tricky because normally the college has insurance, so if the kid's ill they can give you a refund, but the insurance company they used refused to give them any insurance at all, and we had to go and find our own insurance, and the only insurance we could find was for like luggage, lost luggage and that sort of thing, not health insurance. It's like, ooh, a bit risky. I'm not a risk taker in any situations at all, so don't even buy lottery tickets. I'd rather put the money in premium bonds, because then if I don't win I can get my money back. And yeah, I did win this month. I won a nice little, I won a few £100, so go towards Christmas. It's nice. I've got a lot of people coming over, my family. On the 18th of December we have organised, and we're having get-togethers, so I'll be cooking lunch and serving tea and stuff, so I'm thinking about what I can do, which will be nice. Trying to do things that everyone likes is almost impossible, so it's going to have to be a big mix of different things. We have meat eaters, we have vegans, we have vegetarians, we have food intolerances galore. It's fun, but there are a lot of things that everyone can have, veggies and potatoes and things like that, so it's not going to be as complicated as maybe I made it sound. And I just want to get lots of nice, tasty, fun things in so everyone can have fun really and find something nice. And I have to do prezzies as well, but I'm getting those already. I sort of get them in as I think of them or see them. I like to be really organised very early. I get stressed if I'm not organised, so I think, well, I'm just going to get on with it, and that's good. It's coming along. I haven't got loads, but I've got ideas in my head as well, which is always useful. Just knowing what you're going to get and things like that, what you're going to do. So that's good. I need to buy some table mats as well for my new table. Excuse me. At the moment we're using it with the table protector and cloth on, but when I extend the table those won't be big enough. So I was going to get some table mats. I have a job to find any. I found some in my local shop, and then I thought about getting them, and then I didn't, and then when I went back, yeah, they were gone. So I've got to come up with another plan. I've seen a few shops with them, but I don't know, still thinking. I've just thought of a place actually while talking that I can look. I haven't looked at Marks and Spencer's, they might have some. I like to shop local if I can. We don't have a Marks and Spencer's in our town, we're only small. Marks and Spencer's is a big sort of high street store. We have a lot of small independents and I love supporting them, but they didn't have any. So what they did have wasn't what I wanted. They'd had non-matching ones and things like that. I was like, I want it to match. I'm that sort of person. And I need coasters and mats to match for the glasses, and it's like, oh. But I'm sure I will find some. I've just got to look a bit harder. Maybe be a bit less fussy. Nah. Right, there are our dots. Now I don't know how well you can see that because quite zoomed out, I'm sure you can. What I like to do is one last finishing touch is to get a gold metallic. But actually I think I'm going to use this one, which is slightly coppery colour. I think it's better, and do a shiny dots. I'm putting my finger on the crab so that I don't put my finger in the pen. But the gel pens dry really quickly, sort of 30 seconds and they're dry. They're not like gel pens, but this gel pen, this will take a while to dry, and I can't see what I'm doing, where I've done and where I haven't. So what I'm going to do is when I think I'm done is I shall tip it towards the light, and then I'll be able to see where it's shiny and where it's not, so I can add a few dots where they might be needed. So that should work out okay. And it's bit more, just extend my dotty fun. I'm enjoying myself. So I hope if you have a go, you enjoy it too. You obviously don't have to use this specific brand of gel pen, any pen. If you don't want the shiny, you can use any gel, any Fineliners. You could even use a felt tip pen. They wouldn't give you such small dots, but maybe that doesn't matter. If you're not sure, just do it on a piece of scrap paper and have a look and see what you think. Or even over on the calendar page to experiment. Sometimes I experiment over on that page because it's there, it's the right paper, etc. I'm not sure if I've done this bit already. Maybe not. You might be able to see better than me. I don't know. This is just too much fun. Right, I'm going to now tip it towards the light and have a little peep. You may not see it. Yes, I think that's fairly even, so I'm going to stop there. I could add some gold ones as well as these orangey ones, but I am done. I am happy. I could dot and dot and dot forever, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave it there, I think. So there's our sort of dotty background. I'm trying to make it flat for you because the corners always curl up. There we go. So you can have a good look at it flat. And then now it will curl up and misbehave. But that's me. So I hope that was a bit different for you. I know, as I say, we've done our crabs before. I can just see a bit of pencil that I missed over there. Don't look at that. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a really lovely day. Happy Monday, a lovely Monday, and hopefully you'll pop back tomorrow for tomorrow's video, and there'll be one this afternoon for you as well. I've already made it, so I know it's going to be there. So thank you for watching. As I say, have a lovely day and happy colouring.